Yep, I am outside in the front because if I go out back, those 3 labs will attack me as well as a ton of mosquitoes. I wanted to express some gratitude because this really popped in my mind today about how I've really been able to make such a change and feeling of purpose just because of having a platform to be able to be aligned up with. My name's Christine and I help people build their following and relationships all online so that you can have more influence, more impact, and more income. And I'm feeling just very grateful that I have a platform and a vehicle that has allowed me to be able to expand my reach, create more influence, develop more of a following, but realistically expand my ability to help more people, have a bigger purpose, but not physically giving up of my time. My background is a fitness professional. I've been a group fitness instructor for over 26 years, and I've done everything you can have as a fitness professional, except owning my own gym and studio or whatever. I always said I wanted that, but thankfully, I never took that action. And for those of you who do, awesome for you. That's not what I wanted to do for how I wanted to spend my time. And what I discovered is the risk and the responsibility and having to, deal with people and employee relations and arguments and disgruntlement and covering shifts and constantly giving so much of your time. I didn't want to do that. So that's why I kind of changed my focus. And that's kind of what will happen along the way as you start getting involved in something that you find you love. Then all of a sudden you think you want one thing, but as you start to become more experienced and things start to really kind of reveal itself of what does that actually take or what does that actually look like, sometimes you'll decide, well, ooh, no, that's not the place I wanted to go. Or life events have changed and happened with you that you're like, oh gosh, I really don't want to go down that path because it's going to really stick me in the mud over here. And I've done that multiple times in my fitness career, multiple times, wanting to own the gym, also wanting to compete for fitness competitions, doing those routines. I used to love to watch those girls flip around and do all those gymnastic stunts and dance routines for those fitness competitions. And I don't even know what they're technically called, but I started training for that at one point in the mid-90s because that's what I thought I wanted to do. But then after spending 4 hours every night in the gym with my personal trainer trying to learn how to do a back handspring because I didn't know how to do that, I just said, you know what? And this is my personal feeling, guys. Again, if this is your world, this is your decision and what is okay and important for you, but I've got different priorities. And back then, I felt that that world was very time consuming and very self-centered. And that's why I just didn't want to be focusing on me for so many hours and really giving up my life, my social life, if you will, to constantly do that. So I gave up that direction. I even went to wanting to be fitness famous and created my own workout video line. And I started selling them online when internet really kind of became popular. This was back in 1994. I had my own website and it wouldn't host video. Like you had one-page website, and I didn't create it. The IT guy at the hospital I was working at, he's the one that created it for me. But I was obsessed with fitness. I was always taking my breaks in the doctor's lounge because I wanted to really learn more about fitness. I was addicted to what this internet thing was, and I thought it was fascinating that people could put themselves out there online and people would want your stuff. Like, you don't know how shocked I was when I started selling those VHS tapes that I personally made and personally dubbed VHS to VHS to copy. When people started buying them online, like, these videos are out in the world somewhere, guys. My cardio blast is out there in the world somewhere. And I'm like, oh my gosh, someone wants to buy this? But that was my first real experience with putting myself out there online as being the go-to. And I've got stuff for you to buy. And that was my own workout videos that I taped with my 8mm camcorder and dubbed VHS to VHS, printed my own cover jackets and mailed them. One-stop shop right up on her. And that's sometimes where you're gonna find, oh, I don't want this road. And when I started to become a presenter for Chalene Johnson, I thought that was going to be the road that would take me to being fitness famous. I wanted to be that conference presenter that everybody wanted to go to. That's what I thought. But again, you reveal and learn a lot about yourself and how much it takes, what you thought it was and what it really is. To tell you the truth, even for those who really might have that dream, being a fitness conference presenter is exciting. I mean, I loved having the opportunity to be that person that's running those events, but you don't get paid. It's all free. It's all free. And so if you don't have something outside of that to offer people to buy your stuff, you're really not making any money just by showboating yourself all over the place. And that's really what it comes to with everything. If you're trying to put yourself out there online or really build your kind of local fame of fitness, you know, being the top instructor at your gym or personal trainer or being the most in-demand life coach or nutritionist or whatever it is, majority of the time when you're putting yourself out there in a public sense of marketing, say a conference or any of that type of stuff, you're going to be putting yourself out there and you don't get any compensation really for it. Teaching group fitness, I don't even really get paid very much at all. You lose money teaching group fitness. Where you make your money for your personal brand, with you putting yourself out there, because it's really challenging to think that those who want to be discovered will, some will, but it's like super small. And I want to have more control over my income, the time I put out there. And if I'm waiting to be discovered for my awesome stuff, that may never happen. So I always wanted to make sure that I had something else that was actually bringing in the income for what my effort and work is. So all those times personal training, all those instructors and teaching, and all those conferences, all of that, I was working all the time. But it doesn't give you any money. And so if you want to have your own brand and be known for your own personal workout or be known for being the top personal trainer of the state, whatever it is, if you want to develop your own brand, I can help you with that. But the faster road is by aligning up with a foundation and a system that's already in place that can take you on a jet plane there, help you create more notoriety, success, following, where you don't have to take that risk, all while you're building your online following. First of all, I want to just give you a quick journey and why I'm grateful for the opportunity that I have. I'm grateful for this platform and the vehicle to be able to reach a bigger following, impact more people's lives, create more of a following and influence for myself, but create residual income where my physical body doesn't need to be out there doing the labor and the work to be able to produce any of the income. And I'm just going to give you my snapshot of those years and what that produced and why this makes sense to me. This just makes sense to me, and I want to share this with you just in case you never thought of it. Okay? So the first thing is I always want to make sure that everyone that I'm talking with and will be considering doing what I do is, number one, you still have to be you. Don't try to change to be someone else, much like what I did in my cardio blast workout videos. Oof, guys, I really got to dig these out and somehow play them for you, because I was so acting on those videos because I thought you had to act a certain way. So in my step workout video, I'm trying to act as professional and as awesome as Kathy Friedrich and Kathy Smith. Like, yeah, I was trying to act to be like those people that were already well known. But when you really just accept yourself and know that you do have impact, influence, even if it is to just one person, it is one person, because one person is a domino. And that's the first thing, is just know that you have to still be you. Just because you certified to teach a certain format doesn't mean you now are labeled that format. That was my hesitation to teach a trademark template workout, because I didn't want to be a Stepford wife in group fitness. That was a limitation for myself initially, and why I didn't. But remember, you're always still going to be you. All you're really doing is sharing your experiences and being honest. Just always be honest, but you have to offer value. The only way to be able to really develop that long-term standing income is to be able to offer value for people to be connected with you so that they can trust you. First off, that's the thing. You want to be trustworthy, but that you're not going to build a bad reputation for yourself that is self-seeking and just out for one thing. And usually that's money. People are very deterred off of those people that are for money. So here's my 3 things. I'm group fitness instructor. As I said, I got certified back in 1991, my first year of college. I'd never taken any group fitness ever in my life, but the college said, we'll pay for you to do it because we want to start it in the conference room. So I went and got certified, no clue what to do. So I bought all these videos, the blonde lady with the spiky hair, I don't remember her name, but she sold her own bench, her step bench, and I bought that. I bought every video and tried to copy because I had no idea what to do. I made my own microphone headset from Radio Shack. I got like a headband, and I bought a lapel mic from Radio Shack and tried to put a wire here for an arm and duct tape that thing. I just wanted to try to be as professional and successful as possible, but it worked because I taught to one girl 2 times a week in the conference room. Pretty proud of that, you know, and I had my notes on the floor. I did that for a long time. But at my fitness instructor journey, this is what you have to consider. No matter if you have a class that's busting walls because it's packed to the brim with people that you have to turn people away because you're so popular, or if you are teaching to 1 to 2 people per week like I was, is that my ability to impact or influence someone's life, to change their day, was only possible by the person that decided they wanted to walk into my room and take the workout with me. So that limited me to people who didn't like my workout, weren't gonna get to know me. I couldn't impact them. And people who worked in the day, maybe they missed my morning class. They would never get to know me. And maybe the time slot that I'm teaching is just not working, or the day is just not going to help me touch a ton of people. And working with fitness professionals since 2000. So I was really developing fitness instructors, helping them expand their brand and become a professional fitness professional. That was my role, is helping fitness instructors turn to being fitness professionals, and how to do it in a territory, meaning states around them, and how to develop yourself when the internet really wasn't huge. I mean, this was way back in 2000. Not everybody had high-speed internet. I mean, we were all probably still using the Kmart Blue Light special free internet access where you had the dial-up. That's what I tried to use. But my influence really could only impact those people. And that was really when getting online and being on MySpace was popular. You know, I was on MySpace, and I don't know when I started MySpace, but it was probably mid-2000s. I started a blog, and I know I was on YouTube a little bit, but I really wasn't doing it with a purpose because your reach wasn't really physical online like it is now. Like, it's physical. I feel like I know a lot of you. Like, if we met really in person, I would feel like we already met in person because I know you so well from all the online interactions that we've had and following each other. But as a health and fitness instructor or personal trainer, my influence to impact was only determined by the people that decided that my 4 walls for my class was up their alley. And if it didn't match their daytime or childcare schedule, whatever, then they wouldn't know me. That's one of the reasons that's limiting me from growing my classes over at the gym that I teach at here in Texas. I only teach 2 classes a week, Tuesday, Thursday morning at 8:30 in the morning. But my classes aren't very big because I only go when I teach. That's it. And I could take other instructors' classes, but I just really haven't put that as a priority. But people don't know me. They don't know me over there. The only ones that know me is by the ones who accidentally stumble into my room and then get to know me. I can't influence those people. And I sure dang am not making a lot of money doing it. I lose money to teach, period. So my journey moved next to being a certifying fitness presenter. That's where I met Chalene Johnson online. I met her on a message board. I met her in 1998 initially, but in 1999 is when I officially said, all right, let me come and check out what you're offering. And she was just starting her company, Powder Blue Productions. She started Turbo Kick in 1997. And she was looking for people to be presenters for her. And that meant that they would be an extension of herself so that she wouldn't have to run around the country. And so Chalene wanted people to be an extension of herself to run around and certify people in the way that she wanted people to be able to learn the format. So that's where I started. I met her on a message board and officially flew out to California and started working for her company the 1st of January 2000. And from that point forward, I was working as what's called an area promotions director, learning how to market. Now again, this is early 2000s. There's not much online that you can really do to market, because back then, if you wanted to market in any way, you had to pay. You had to pay. So what were we left with? What we were reliant on of how can we impact someone's life is by running around and giving so much of our physical time for free. We would run around, drive hours, sometimes 6+ hours, to go do a 1-hour free masterclass so that people could experience what we wanted them to experience and hopefully register for our certification. And we got paid a flat fee for the certifications. We didn't get paid per head, but it was just a lot more exciting to have a lot more people and a guarantee that your event would go on. But we would cold call to promote. We would have to spend our own money to mail out flyers. Honestly, it was amazing to work for them. It was such a learning lesson. I am forever grateful for it, and I probably would do it all over again. But we lost so much time and money. Everything that we did wasn't compensated for what you made for that one day when you actually ran your event, because all of the 3 months prior of promotion did not pay you for the one day of money that you were getting. Why did I do it? Because outside of being just a fitness instructor where the people could come into my little class on Tuesday night, I now expanded my reach. I now expanded my influence because I aligned up with a trademark name company, a person who was developing herself. First of all, so Shalene was developing herself, but developing a trademark. I aligned up with a company that gave me a platform and a vehicle to grow my skills, my professionalism, to learn how to market, to learn how to communicate with people, to learn how to sell, to learn how to public speak, to learn how to teach, to learn how to create relationships with people. All of that stuff and more was taught through those hard work years that we gave so much of ourselves, and we would all do it again because we believed in the mission and we really were passionate about what these workouts did for ourselves, but also how it makes other people feel. And to this day, it's 17 years later, and I'm still teaching Turbo Kick, just taught it this morning, and that workout is such a fun thing for me to do because the way it makes me feel. It's not painful, rigorous, and dreading. Not at all. 17 years later, I still want to. And by me doing certifications, by being a presenter at conferences, and by running these once a month certifications, helping people start their journey in Turbo Kick, the reason why I did it was because I couldn't wait for that person's eyes to pop open, to look around and feel the energy of the people around them, to say it easily, to be a part of the Kool-Aid, to be a part of the community, to jump into something that they never thought that they would do, and that can start impacting and influencing other people. I couldn't wait to do that for people. That's why I gave so much of myself. That's why my husband rolled his eyes and would be upset at how much I gave of myself and of money to put these events on. He didn't see it because he's not part of that, but I did, because it was the light bulb moments. It was the confidence building moments of people like Patty Miller. I certified her in New Jersey. I think she was 100 pounds overweight at that time. She'd never done a group class ever, but she and I were talking online somehow. I don't even know how. And she said, "Can I do it?" And I said, "I will bet you totally can." That day, talked to her about it, changed her life. It has forever changed her life and aligned her up with like-minded people. Here's the limiting factor. You lose money. So being a master trainer, presenter for these companies, you lose money. It's time. Marketing, cold calling, promotion, all of that you don't get paid for unless your event takes place. And that was fine because it made me impact more people, but it still limited me. I had walls because the only people that I'm going to be able to impact are the people who decided to pay me the $135 to spend a day with me to get certified because they thought they wanted to teach the workout. That's a niche group. I got mosquitoes out here. Dang it. That's a niche group of people. Not everybody's going out and put themselves out there physically with neon signs and be like, look at me, follow me as I move to the beat of the music and tell you what to do before we're going to do it. Not everybody wants to do that. So, yikes. All right, started as an instructor. I'm impacting people little bits. I now move into a greater scale and lining up with a company where now I'm on a platform. There's a name being promoted that I'm aligned with, and that's how I kind of got known in the turbo world, because of being aligned with that. That boosted my following fast. That boosted my notoriety, my credibility, and people trusted me, they liked me, and my events filled because of all those reasons. And I made people feel different, but I was then limited to this niche group of people. That's it. The ones who wanted to stand up in spandex and say, follow me, to a group of people. Not everybody's going to want to do that. That's why online coaching has expanded and broken every wall. And you don't need to be standing in spandex and tell people to follow you. You don't even need to be in shape. You want to be on that journey. You want to be health and fitness focused, but you don't need to be there. You don't need to be a nutrition expert. You don't even need to be a professional degree in college on life coaching. You don't need any of that, because the online coaching term really just means that you're a person that's going to raise your hand and tell people, guys, I want to help you while you help me. And that's really it. I'll help you with the resources that I have. I will help you by keeping myself accountable. The reason why online coaching really works, if you want it to, first of all, is because when you tell people to come do something with you, you now have a sense of responsibility inside. You created it for yourself because you told people to do something with you. When you tell people to do something with you, it forces you to have responsibility. You feel responsible towards it. And that's why then you'll stick stronger to your guns. Now, when you're building a team, say you want to build a team and create that Kool-Aid culture, if you will, you bring people on to do this with you as your team, you now created more responsibility to be a better person, to learn how to do things better, to share what you've done, what's worked, what's not worked. You now are raising your hand to create more responsibility because you want to make a bigger impact and purpose. So if your goal is to be limitless on touching people's lives, creating more confidence, creating more self-esteem, creating more income, creating more influence, and getting your brand out there, that's where online coaching is a no-brainer. And now I lined up with another major company who already has a household name. I don't need to educate people. Here's the thing, guys. I know this from my own personal experience, as well as mentoring other people who've tried to do this themselves and failed. Multiple people. When you're trying to launch your own grassroots name, product, services, and you got to do it all. You have to build your own website. You have to pay for it. You have to market. You have to educate people on your services. You have to educate people on what you offer, because nobody will know about it. And that's up to you. And if you feel that it's just going to be an explosion, it's going to take time. Now, can you do that? I'm swatting mosquitoes, by the way. Can you still develop what you personally want, your own workout, your own services, your own brand, your own notoriety, your own stuff? Oh, good, we got lights on. But also still be aligned up with a brand company, 100%. Now, if you look at my social media feed, you will not see that I am littered with the company that I represent's language. You won't see it because I am not that company. I don't use their images they want us to use to promote. I don't do any of that because I am the brand. I have the ability to connect people to me and help them move forward. Here's the big difference. I use their systems. I use the system to make money, as well as their system to help people change their lives through health and fitness. Why should I create that one by one, by one, by one, by one for each person who wants their own meal plan, who wants their own workout program, when you know outright that when someone's looking to try to change their health and fitness or start exercising, really the plan's not so different from one person to another. It's a matter of let's start habit changing. Let's just get you exercising, following a program, a system. Let's start educating you about nutrition and what you should eat, how much you should eat. It's all just a base. So if this company already has that nailed for every demographic, someone who's never worked out to someone who could professionally bodybuild, if they already have that system, I plug people into it. We get rolling. We roll. But the difference is me, because my relationship and support with that person and then fine-tuning that person, help guiding them to bigger, greater, different things is the difference between me. So that's why it now allows me to have a limitless expansion of income, influence, and helping people change their lives, because there's no walls. And your busy schedule doesn't matter. It's a matter of you knowing what's most effective and what to do. And that's my forte, because I've been doing it for 17 years with fitness instructors, helping them develop as entrepreneurs. And even if you're not a fitness instructor, everything we teach, me, my team, relates to someone who has no fitness experience to someone who has a ton. It's the same, because all you want to do is be you, be generous and offer value, and inspire people and share your experiences. That's your goal when you're putting yourself out there. Now, I get this sense of why I won't stop doing this, because there's nothing better than seeing a light bulb moment in someone to help them develop more confidence, to change their life through income, through their relationships, by having them be a part of something. People really need to feel a part of something, because as adults, we disconnect, because we get in that rut of work and we get in that rut of home life, kid life, spouse life, whatever it is. And if you've ever said this or thought this or have ever heard anyone say this, as an adult, how do you make friends? It's challenging. When you make friends as an adult, you mostly would make them through your kids' friends, parents. Like, that's who you usually make friends with. Now, doesn't that make sense? Because if your kid's in gymnastics, that's a tribe, that's a community. You become friends with those like people. That's exactly what this is. When you expand your ability to connect with more people, you've now joined a like-minded people on a like-minded mission of positivity, of influence. And that is a team thing. I joined working as an online coach in 2008. So it's been 9 years that I've been developing this now. My life, my kids' life, my husband's life, my family's life, all changed. Not just ours, but a lot of the people who've been with me right from the start. And it's changed to being in a way that, sure, they're making a ton more money, but it's not about that only. Because the day I signed up to do this, I didn't sign up thinking, ooh, I can't wait to get a rank title. Ooh, I can't wait to make $2,000 a month. I didn't even think of those things. This is honestly what I thought of. When I signed up, I thought, wow, I can't wait to help these people reach more people, to make more of an impact, to change their lives. That was honestly it. I was busting my butt so hard because I really needed to spread this out and let people know, hey, there's something you could do that's not going to physically kill your body. Because if you're a fitness instructor, master trainer, or a presenter, or a personal trainer, tick, 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 you've got a time bomb on you. You're going to lose your voice. You're going to get injured. One of the most beloved instructors at the gym I taught in, Gold's Gym in Liverpool, New York, Syracuse, New York, her name was Kathy. And she was so popular. She wore the step aerobic leg warmers and the Reeboks with the straps, which I just bought my daughter. So popular. Her classes were packed. And she taught off the beat, which I could not get. But she was so loved. Packed. She was the it girl. One Christmas, she fell off her ladder in the driveway, smashed her head. She was forever a different person and was disabled. She had a limp. She had to learn how to walk again. Her popularity all gone because she's no longer that. So you have to think about control. What can you control? You physically cannot put yourself out there. You will get burned out. You will. Mentally, physically. So I'm offering to help you. If you've ever considered becoming an online coach, and you want to do it in a health and fitness industry where you're not representing a magic pill, where you understand it's about bettering yourself as a person, being positive, wanting to inspire and change someone else's life, but knowing that it's a complete puzzle. You have to work out, you have to eat healthy, you have to have accountability and support and team. When you have those things all together, that's when you can really make a difference. So I invite you to click on the message button, send me a message. If you're not currently already a coach, send me a message so that I can share with you what this is about, how you can start doing this yourself, and I share with you all the steps and plans that I've done this entire way to be able to make this happen, that you can sit on the front porch of your house too, on the ground, batting off mosquitoes to share your message. It doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter what you look like, it doesn't matter. Any of that stuff doesn't matter. It's a matter of your heart and your purpose of wanting to put yourself out there, sharing your experiences, and wanting to impact someone's life. This is what you're looking at. This is just how I went live with this. I've got mosquitoes all around me right now, but I had to stick this in the bushes because I really wanted to have the light that was coming in, but it's no longer, obviously, and this bright wall. Stuck my things in the bushes, and some like lizard thing or something had like ran across my